Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Forward Line. I am back this week with the edit. This is our weekly roundup of new sewing pattern releases. Got lots of good patterns this week from big companies actually. It's all of the big ones this week. Before I get going on that, we've got a new product in the shop that we're quite excited about. Now, this is a magazine. It's a slight step away from garment sewing. This was brought to our attention by Mel, who works for us, who is a quilting ninja. And she was telling us about this beautiful magazine that she gets delivered once a quarter. And she showed it to us and we were like, this is so good. We were all really pumped about it. So we thought, let's see if everyone else is. It's called Quilt Folk. And it is classed as a magazine, but I would say this is closer to a book. So the premise of it is a quarterly magazine. They go to different parts of America, different areas of America, 4 times a year. They take a photographer with them, the whole kit and caboodle, and they go around and interview people from that area about quilting and their stories of quilts. And it is so, I'll show you a couple of pictures inside just to give you an idea. It's so beautifully shot. They're really gorgeous pictures, so you get to kind of meet different makers, you hear about their life. There's kind of in-depth articles alongside the makers, you hear their story, you get to see their sewing spaces, so if you're basically nosy like I am, you get to see inside where they make stuff. And there are probably about 20 articles in here. They're not all about makers. Some of them are kind of around the topic of quilting and sewing within that area. So this particular one is set in Rhode Island, and apparently it was the first place that had a fabric mill in the whole of America. And there's a really amazing article about someone who is a quilt historian. I didn't even know that those existed. It's just great, and I think we've got some back copies of it, but to be honest, it's not really, what's the word? It doesn't, they don't date because they're just interesting. So we thought we'd just give them a go, see if you guys like them. Go and check them out. If you feel like you need a little treat. The other thing I would say is it smells so nice. You know those really good books that smell delicious? Quilt Folk is one of those. So just because obviously there isn't smell-o-vision, I thought I should point that out because that to me is a sign of a good magazine. So moving on from magazines to sewing patterns. The first pattern we've got is the Merchant & Mills denim jacket. This currently is available as a PDF only, but it will, I am assuming, come out in paper at some point, but they usually are quite a few months down the line. So if you need a spring jacket, I would say go for copy shop. Sorry, PDF. Oh, I can't even speak today. So sizing wise, there are 2 size bandings, 6 to 18 or 18 to 28. So this jacket was based on a vintage Austrian hiking jacket. To me, it looks like a mixture of basically if a workwear jacket, a trench coat and a biker jacket had a baby, this is what it would be. So it's got trench details. The front sort of hangs a bit like a biker jacket, but it also feels, the boxy shape makes it feel quite workwear to me. So let me show you the line drawing so you can see what is going on. So you can see here it's double-breasted, it's got pockets at the front, it's got a 2-piece sleeve, which I really like in terms of getting the fit good on the arm, especially for any of us who are blessed with big biceps like myself. The 2-piece arm is always great. I like that it's really roomy. You can make it lined or unlined. So the world is your oyster with this one, and it feels like a really great jacket for spring. Sorry if I started squinting. Suddenly there is seriously bright sunshine, even though it's been kind of raining all day. I feel like I've gone white, but yeah, so if I'm squinting, that is why. I just think it's a really lovely pattern, and I think lots of people are looking for kind of layering items for spring, and this could be a really good option. So next up we've got the So Love Adele jumpsuit. This is a PDF only. It comes in sizes 6 to 20. This would be great if you've got a summer event coming up or something where you want to be a bit more smart. So let's have a look at the line drawing. It's got this really lovely little sweetheart neckline. It's got a detail around the bust with kind of ruching between the boobs. The kind of bottom part of the top has got seams that you can see, and then it's a wide leg trouser with little darts at the top. The sleeve comes in two different options, so you can either have it sort of just below the elbow or a shorter sleeve, and you can also make the trousers into shorts as well. So if you're going somewhere warm, this could be a good option for kind of short, smart little outfit. I think it's really lovely. I really like the shape of it. I really like that detail around the bust because it feels a little bit vintagey, but also quite modern. I just think it's a lovely pattern. So if you do have something kind of summer eventy coming up, spring eventy, you know, put it in your back of your mind, store it away for when you need something nice and dressy. So we've got 3 new patterns from Liesl & Co, which is amazing. They always release their patterns in batches. So I'm going to talk about 2 of them, and then I will pop a link down to the last one as well, so you can go and have a look. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Santa Rosa top. This is available as a paper and PDF. It comes in sizes 0 to 20 with A, B, C and D cups included, which is fantastic. I think this top is so good, and I'm sure loads of you guys are going to love it too. I feel like this is like something that everyone should have in their wardrobe, this sort of shape top. So let me show you. I should say it's a top and a dress. I particularly love the top version of this, and the dress, well actually both of them are pretty great. So it's a popover style shirt. There are 2 options. You can either have it sleeveless, but it's kind of with a slightly dropped sleeve, or you can have a long sleeve. There is pockets that you can put on the bust, you can leave them off, but there's also an option to turn it into a skirt. So it's got this really lovely little mandarin style collar, and I just think it's such a nice shape. Like, it's really classic, it's really useful. I mean, the dress I think is fab. You can either wear it belted or you can leave it loose, but to me this is the sort of pattern that you will make over and over again, season on season, because you can't ever, it's such a classic nice shape that I think you'd use it loads, and that's what you want. You want a pattern that you can sew over and over again, season on season, and yeah, it's a pretty timeless piece to me. So I think they absolutely nailed this. So the next pattern we've got from them is the wide leg can trousers. I thought these were really great. I love a wide leg trouser. These are quite dramatic, you can see. So let me show you the line drawing so we can see what is going on. So there's quite a lot going on at the front of the trouser. You can see that there's big wide legs, there's pleats down the front, there are pockets as well, and then there's this big statement tie, which I think looks really great, and you can have your kind of little top tucked into that. They're high-waisted as well, I should say, so really flattering. And I think she's made them, you can see here, in a sort of satin, so they look kind of really dressy. But you could totally make them in something like a linen, and they'd look like, you know, like your perfect sort of beach attire. But I think they're really beautiful, and I love that they almost feel like they're in between a wide leg trouser and a clot. They're kind of real statement wide leg trouser. So I thought that was another really great pattern from them. Last but not least, we've got the So Liberated Bedrock Tee. This is a PDF only at the moment. It will, I imagine, come as paper, but not for a few months. And it comes in sizes UK 6 to 34. Now, I'm going to say this, for me personally, might be the perfect shape t-shirt. Now, I don't take that statement lightly. I was actually looking through loads of other t-shirt patterns because I wanted to make myself one in the last week, and there wasn't one this shape, so it's almost like they knew I was looking for it. So the thing I really like about it is that around the top half of your body, it's quite fitted, not too tight, but kind of the right side of fitted and baggy. And then it skims over your bust and then it slightly flares out so that it's slightly loose around your tummy, which I definitely prefer. So it's a mixture of a relaxed fit and a tight fit, and I just think it's fab. So there are different variations. I'll show you a picture. You can make it into a tank. You can have it as a long sleeve version. It does have a drop sleeve for the long sleeve version. And I just think if you are looking for something in between baggy and fitted, this could be the perfect option. So, and also, who is never not going to need a t-shirt pattern in their life, especially if you can get this, you know, you can get a tank, short sleeves and a long sleeve, and the tank is a really nice shape. It's got nice thick straps as well. So I think this could be the perfect t-shirt, and I'm just gonna make the big statement. So if you are looking for a t-shirt pattern, do go and have a look at that one, because that could be a goodie. Right, that is it from us this week. I hope that was useful and you found something nice to sew. Have a lovely weekend, and we will be back very, very soon.